Welcome back, children. Today's topic is electrolytic decomposition, which is also called electrolysis, a decomposition reaction which takes place by the absorption of electrical energy. Hence, it is also endothermic. What is electrolysis? A process in which a compound aqueous solution, that is dissolved in water, or in molten state, that is you have to melt the substance, the electrolyte, it is decomposed by the passage of electric current. Today's example is electrolysis of water. So when electric current is passed through water, it gives you two products, is hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. The apparatus in which this process is done is called Hofmann's voltmeter. But today we are going to understand in this diagram, this experimental setup, this is the electrolytic cell. So this is a glass vessel or a plastic vessel in where at the bottom you have this hole is made in which a rubber stopper is put, in which two holes are drilled, and through both the holes two carbon rods are inserted, and these rods are connected to the two terminals of the battery and they will act as electrodes. The rod which is connected to the carbon rod which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called the cathode, and the one which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery will be called the anode. It will serve as a positive terminal of this cell. Now, and this vessel is filled with, electrolytic cell is filled with acidulated water. Why acidulated water? Because pure water is a non-conductor of electricity. To make it a good conductor of electricity, a small amount of dilute sulfuric acid is added to it. And now when I put the switch on, when the current passes through the solution, so what will happen? So before passing the current, what you have to do is you have to take two test tubes and fill them with this acidulated water and invert them on these two electrodes. And then before switching it on. Now when you switch it on, within few seconds or few minutes, you'll see that some bubbles rising in these test tubes and the water level moves down in these test tubes. That is what this is known as downward displacement of water. The two gases will be collecting in these two test tubes, but the volume of the gases collecting is not the same. The volume of the gas collected at cathode will be twice the volume of the gas collected at the anode. And the gas which is collected at the cathode is the hydrogen gas, and the gas which is collected at anode is the oxygen gas. Now let me explain you the reaction, what happens. So when I pass electric current through this mixture, this acidulated water, water will split up into ions, hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions, and sulfuric acid split up into hydrogen ions, positive ions, and the negative is the sulfate ions. So in this medium you have the positive ions are hydrogen ions and the negative ones are hydroxyl, you can also call them hydroxide ions, and the sulfate ions. Now these ions, they will migrate toward the electrodes, and the positive ions will migrate towards the cathode and the negative ions will migrate towards the anode. And at the electrodes they will get themselves discharged, that is they will get themselves neutralized. So what happens at cathode? These H plus ions, they will gain electron. Each H plus gains one electron to form hydrogen atom. But we already know that hydrogen atom does not exist on its own. So two such hydrogen atoms, they will combine to form hydrogen molecule which will be obtained in the form of a gas at the cathode. At anode, the hydroxide ion which is discharged, not the sulfate ion. So how is it discharged? The OH minus ion loses one electron to form the neutral OH group. Four such OH groups, they will combine among themselves to form water. Along with that you will get oxygen gas. Balance it. So at cathode you get hydrogen gas, at anode you get oxygen gas. So what is the overall reaction if I write? So H2O, it will give you, when you pass electricity through it, you will get what? Two products, hydrogen plus oxygen. If you balance it, you put a 2 here and a 2 here. So you see the volume of, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. This will be 2 volumes and this will be 1 volume. That is, if this is 1 cc, this will be 2 cc. Now, so what are the conclusions from this process, which are often asked in your exam? So what is the product at the cathode? Cathode you have hydrogen gas, at anode you have oxygen gas. and the volume of hydrogen gas formed is twice the volume of oxygen gas. The reason is often asked in your exam. Why is it so? The reason you can explain it, either you can give this reaction and you can show that the volume of hydrogen formed is 2:1. 2 is here when you balance it. And or you can also say the composition of water. In water you have the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. Then how will you identify the gases? The test of the gases. The hydrogen gas is how will you test hydrogen? It is tested by its pop sound. When hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound, when a burning candle or something is brought near it, it burn with a pop sound. It is a combustible gas. And oxygen is a supporter of combustion. So when you bring a burning candle near this oxygen gas, it becomes much more brighter. So this is all. So let us wind up. Thank you.